What's going on, guys? WhiteFoss1225 here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Call of Duty Ghosts. Now I'm just going to get right into the review. So first, let's talk about the maps. So the maps are really good. There's actually a lot of maps. There's 15 maps with the free-for-all bonus map that you got for pre-ordering. So lots of maps. I played for a good probably 20 hours, and I still haven't gotten super familiar with all the maps, which is really good. Yeah, so like I said, the maps are really good. They're really designed well. The maps are bigger than a lot of other Call of Duty maps. They really made the emphasis on bigger maps, which I really like. I really like kind of going back to maybe the Modern Warfare sized map, and that's really cool because that's really my favorite multiplayer of all the Call of Duty games. Now, one thing they advertised a lot was dynamic maps and sort of a little bit of destructibility. And if you guys are excited for this, I'm really sorry, but you're going to be really disappointed because a lot of the maps have some dynamic features. Everyone has a little bit of dynamic features, but they're really underwhelming and not great. For example, there's a map where the dynamic feature is just that it sort of shakes a little bit because there's a tremor. And some of them are like as silly as like you can shoot a tree and it falls down. And it does create a new pathway in the map, but it's really not as cool as they tried to make it sound. It's really not up to par with something like Battlefield 4 had with dynamic maps, and I think they could have done a really better job than what they did. So on to balancing. The guns are balanced extremely well. There's a lot of guns in the game, and some of them are really awesome, but no gun stands out as the gun that is obviously dominant. All of them are, like I said, balanced really well. You're not really going to have a huge advantage against anyone using a certain gun, which is awesome. I really love when games are balanced at launch. The only thing I'd say is a little unbalanced is the dog kill streak. A lot of people have been complaining about this. It is super powerful. Everyone's using it. I think it definitely needs to be nerfed. But other than that, the kill streaks are not overpowered. Call of Duty is kind of infamous for having like AC-130s that just come out of the sky and just destroy you for like a solid 2 minutes until they sort of leave. But there's no kill streaks like that. Pretty much every kill streak takes a little bit of skill to use, with maybe the exception of the helicopter. A lot of them are just like you call them in and they kill people for you. A lot of them are things you have to use and they actually do take skill. This is an improvement that I was really looking forward to, and I think they really nailed it with it. So let's go on to the most important thing, which is the gameplay. So in terms of the gameplay, you have a lot less health than you did in Black Ops 2. It feels maybe more like Modern Warfare 2. If someone's shooting you, you're pretty much gonna die if you like haven't seen them already. There's not like Black Ops 2 where someone could shoot you from behind, you could turn around, and you still have a chance to win that gunfight. So that's just sort of a personal thing. I kind of like the health in this game, but you know, it's really just a personal opinion, so I can't tell you whether it's good or bad. The new marksman rifles are really fun to use. They're really great. They take a lot of skill, really high risk, high reward. So they do take skill, but if you know how to use them right, they really can be the best guns in the game, or they could be the worst guns in the game, depending on whose hands they are in. There's a really big emphasis on teamwork. For example, the UAV, it's not like you just call it in. You have to put it down on the ground and they can be destroyed. But you need like a certain amount of them like out on the field at once to have a good UAV on your screen. So it really, like I said, you have to have coordination with your teammates. It takes a lot of teamwork. And that's something that's really great and something I think Call of Duty has been lacking. But so it's no longer like the lone gun thing. You really should stay with your teammates in some sort of sense, and it's really great, and I think a lot of people are gonna like it. So there are some awesome new game modes. Some of them they haven't even talked about. Blitz is one, which is sort of like, I can sort of compare it to football. Sort of each team has an area that they have to get to, and each team either has to defend their area or get to the other area. So it's kind of like capture the flag, except you're not actually capturing a flag. They did take away some cool game modes that I liked, like Demolition. So, you know, but those weren't very popular, but they did add some cool ones. So now instead of Search and Destroy, there's Search and Rescue, which is, I like better because it's not like once you're dead, you're out for that round, you can come back. So yeah, a bunch of new cool game modes. I do kind of miss, Demolition, but you know, it's just sort of something I guess I'm gonna have to deal with. Now on to, customization. So customization is one of the huge things that they added with the whole Create a Soldier. And while the Create a Soldier is cool, I feel like it's lacking a little bit. I think they should have worked on it harder and made it better. For example, you can pick heads for your characters, and there's definitely not a huge variety of heads. I really wish you could have actually customized your face. That would be really cool, and I think something that they could handle. Unfortunately, it's not something they added. Also, a lot of the loadouts are really hard to get. You have to get a lot of kills with a certain weapon or while using a certain perk. I definitely wish they had made it easier to get new gear for your character. Now moving on to squads. Squads modes is awesome. If you guys don't know what squad mode is, it's where you can bring your squad of custom soldiers to fight like bot characters or face against someone else's squads, or you and a couple buddies can face a bunch of bots. It's really great, and it's awesome to see your soldiers that you've created and the loadouts you've made come together and fight on the same field next to each other. Like I said, it was something that I didn't really expect to like, but I think is really awesome, and I hope that they keep it in for the Call of Duties to come. So overall in this review, I've been a little critical. I really want to put out the things that I think they should have improved on. But really, guys, this is the most innovative and awesome Call of Duty that has come out in a lot of years. It's really great, and even if you're not a Call of Duty fan, you should definitely check this out because it is a really great game. I think it is probably the best multiplayer game that we're going to get this year. It's really awesome, and like I said, you have to check it out. So out of 10, I give Call of Duty a 9.5. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will be posting a single player review once I finish that. I like to take my campaigns kind of slow. Since they are kind of short, I like to enjoy them. But I definitely will be posting a review of that. And I have a comparison of Battlefield 4 to Call of Duty coming up. I'm not sort of going to say which game is better, but I'm going to look at which aspects of which game I think the developers did better on and how they stack up against each other. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.